All right, this is your coach Martin speaking. Today, I want to speak about my online coaching business, the service that I provide, and the results that my clients get. So, I assume that you already know. In case you don't, online coaching is what I do as a living. So, I help people to get in shape, gain muscle, lose body fat, and boost energy. And last year, 2021, I've helped over 120 people to reach exactly that. Now, some of them I featured on my social media. I'm active on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, on TikTok, on YouTube. And obviously, if someone gets good results, I spread that all over social media. I post before and after pics, and I write stories about my clients. I explain what they did to get those results. For example, the other week, I posted the transformation of my client Franz. Franz was to be seen on the left side on the before picture at the beach. He was out of shape. He certainly had like 1 or another kilogram too much. I would call it the typical dad bod, a little bit of a beer belly and a lot of loose skin and some fat that you can see here and there, especially around the hips. And then in the after photo, he's lean, he has visible abs, his muscles are defined, he's muscular, he's athletic, and I even dare to say that he achieved the Hollywood physique. So he really looks really, really good. So good that we decided to make a photo shoot. And that's exactly what he did. And the photos turned out to be fantastic. He basically looks like a fitness model. Okay. And we did that in 4 months. So pretty crazy. Now, what I posted just today is the transformation of my client, Julian. He's been working with me for 3 months already. And in that time, again, he got visible abs. So pretty impressive. His muscles are defined too. And we achieved that in even less time. Again, 3 months only. And I'm excited to see where his journey goes. Maybe he ends up doing a photo shoot as well. But anyway, Franz, Julian, and like 50 other clients that I reported about on social media, these are all clients that got really good results, right? They're hugely successful in their fitness journey. Now, a potential client reached out to me and he said that he's interested in a coaching, but he also wanted to know how many people actually fail. Because on social media, there are always the champions, those who get good results, right? The crazy transformations, the high achievers, okay? In fact, he asked me very specifically how high the chances are that he's going to have success with me, okay? Or let's turn this around. How high are the chances, or how many percentage do actually fail when they start working with me? And I answered very, very confidentially that the chances of succeeding is 100%. Okay. I am absolutely convinced that you get results as long as, and this is very important, as long as you report back to me. As long as you do the check-ins, as long as you tell me something if something doesn't work out. Okay? I mean, obviously, I know that the plans that I'm creating, that they are working. But at the end of the day, even those plans are worthless when you don't execute, right? And this is also why I don't make any promises to anyone, because there are always those who pick up new habits and execute very, very quickly. And then on the other hand, you have people, it just takes a bit longer to make the switch, to get in momentum and adjust to their new program. Okay. Now, here's why I'm absolutely convinced that my coaching is working. It's because my coaching is not just plans. Okay. It's not just like a PDF plan. Here is your workout program. And unfortunately, this is what happens very often on Instagram, for example. Like this wannabe fitness coaches, what they do is they ask for money, and what they offer you is basically a copy of their diet. So you send them money, and what you get is their diet, and they tell you, look, this is what I eat it too, and you will get the same results. You will look like me, basically. As soon as you send the money, you will never hear back from them, and you're just left with a PDF with like a one-pager with the diet. Okay. Let's say you try to follow it, you give it a try, and something is not working. Perhaps you cannot do a certain exercise, or perhaps you cannot eat at 10 o'clock in the morning, but the plan actually says you need to eat at 10 o'clock in the morning. Or you're busy at this time, cannot work out at this time, you can eat at this time, you work at night, whatever it is. Sooner or later, you will face some issues, something that doesn't match with your lifestyle, and you will have doubts, you will have questions. What then? What then? You have a plan, but you cannot execute on that plan. What do you do now? Okay. And in those cases, when you buy such a plan of a fitness model from Instagram, you have no one to talk to. You have no one to ask your questions. You have no one to ask for modifications. And what happens is pretty simple. You stop following the plans. Perhaps you just put them aside, and before you realize, you don't do anything anymore. And the money you spent is basically a waste of money. You throw it out of the window, right? Because you could not execute for whatever reason, and therefore you stop following it, lost money. It's actually simple, right? Unfortunately, too many people still fall into this trap and buy those crappy plans, but whatever. And then on the other hand, you have, an online coach like me that offers not just plans, but basically the entire support around it. Okay. If you find something that doesn't work, let's say you're hungry in the evening, you crave a sweet, but you're not so hungry in the morning, or you break your leg, literally you break your leg and can no longer do the leg exercises, well, you have to replace those leg exercises with upper body exercises. And this is where the online coach comes in, right? You talk to me, or to your online coach, whoever it is, you talk to me and we make adjustments. I have literally had a client who broke his foot. This is why I'm using this example. And he told me, look, I still want to work out, but I cannot do any leg exercises. And what I did is 4 upper body workouts per week. And he executed and he continued to get great results. Imagine this scenario if you had a training plan that consisted of like a leg workout and you can no longer execute on that. The plan becomes worthless, to be honest, right? Now, my goal as an online fitness coach is to find a program, whether it's diet, whether it's training, that fits your lifestyle, that is adjusted on your needs, on your actual situation, on your goals. And I always do those plans from scratch. So I don't just I didn't build a cookie cutter program that I sell to hundreds of people. Not at all. Instead, I create everything from scratch, and then I adjust and optimize the plans based on your feedback. And this is very, very important. If something doesn't work, we will make it work. Again, the best example is the client who broke his foot. An example that's actually very, very common. They want to include some kind of candy, some sweet into their diet. And we can do that. That's not the problem. But the client, they need to tell me. Because the thing is, if I don't know what they struggle with, if I don't know what they find difficult, if I don't know, whether they're insured or not, whether they cannot do a specific exercise or not, then I cannot adjust the plans, obviously. Provided I know, and this is where the check-ins come in. This is also where just the continual communication comes in with my clients. As long as I know what's going on in their life, as long as I know what they find difficult and what they struggle with, then I can make adjustments and simply integrate that. If someone tells me that 5 workouts are no longer doable because they want to focus on other stuff in their life, maybe it's family, maybe it's business, whatever it is, they want to reduce it to 3, they can send me a message, and 24 hours later, they have a new program. Okay? Because I make it work. And because obviously they reported back to me, they told me what's going on, and we optimize. Okay? And that's exactly the reason why I have literally 100% success with my clients, provided that they report back to me, whether it's good or bad. Okay, because every client, they love to report back, oh, they lost 2 kilograms of body fat, or they gained some new muscle tissue, or they got stronger on certain lifts. But I sometimes have to remind them too that they also need to tell me what isn't working. Okay, because I need to know. I need to know when something isn't working. Then I can make adjustments. If I don't know, then, well, I cannot do anything about it. I often have to remind them that they shouldn't suffer in silence. On the other hand, if they speak to me, if they communicate to me and let me know, then we can make adjustments. And completely honest right now, one client, he reached out just last weekend, and he just laid everything on the table and said, look, I didn't do anything last week, just nothing. I just ate crap food because it was Christmas and everything. I didn't do my workouts, and I think that the workouts are too intense. Now, he didn't drop. He didn't get angry. I didn't get angry. Also very important. I was not like, dude, you have to do it. No. I'm thinking very understanding. I was like, okay, this is what happened. You cannot change it anymore. But what we do is, we look out into the future and say, what do we need to adjust? What do we need to do that you get back into routine? And we ended up reducing the training intensity. We made some adjustments in the diet template, and he's back on track now. Okay? And I think there's so much value to that, just having someone to talk to. And, at the end of the day, everyone knows what they should eat and what they shouldn't eat. They also know that they probably should work out instead of just laying on the couch all day, right? But what most people lack is just accountability. Someone who keeps them accountable, who looks over their shoulders, looks whether they actually do their stuff. And again, when something happens, the plans, they need to be modified. Because life goes on no matter what. Again, if you have a broken foot, you can take that as an excuse and let yourself go. But if your fitness and health is important to you, then you keep working, then you make it work. Okay? So it's a team game, team play, right? Coming back to what I said earlier, in the last year, I coached 120 clients, and out of them, and this is probably what you've been waiting for now, out of those, I don't know the exact number, just I'm 100% sure it's more than 120. So out of those, let's say 120 clients, 2 failed. 2 people failed. First person got actually kicked out because he failed to pay the coaching fees. Okay, so yeah, I mean, if it's a week or 2 delayed, no hard feelings, everything okay. But if it just continues using my service and makes use of that without paying me, I mean, that's not fair at all. So yeah, this person failed, kicked him out. And then the second one failed because he didn't report back to me. Okay, he didn't report to me for weeks, didn't respond to me on WhatsApp or on social media nor in my app, simply ghosted me. And 3 months have passed, and obviously he didn't get any results. Or maybe he did, but I don't know, because I still haven't heard back from him. So this wasn't a success either. So it's bottom line, 2 people have failed out of 120. And I think it's very safe to say that the failure rate is therefore super low. On the other hand, success rate is super high. And again, out of those 2 who actually report back to me, who fill out the check-in forms, who communicate to me when something is off or when they need help and ask questions, out of those, success rate 100%. Okay. And yeah, just wanted to share this with you. Here you have it. There's nothing fake. I don't do any filtering when I post those transformations on social media. I show various body types. I show different transformations. I even prepared a transformation that actually doesn't show any difference. So it's before and after, and they're pretty similar. And what I expect people to ask then is, Martin, why can I not see any difference in those 2 photos? And the answer is actually because mental health matters too, right? This particular client was actually a female. She has a history of eating disorder. And today, as she has been working with me, she eats healthy, she eats well, she feels good about herself and about her body. And I consider that a success, like a huge success, actually. Okay. So, yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Okay. As you can see, if you decide to work with me, if you decide to hire me as your fitness coach, you have very good chances to succeed and get closer to your fitness goals. I cannot say there's 100% certainty, because this wouldn't be completely true. But what I can tell, as long as you report back, as long as you tell me your struggle, as long as you keep me in the loop, then I guarantee that you will be successful. Okay. And I hope this episode here answered the question, and I hope that I have convinced you that I'm not just a scammer like so many out there on Instagram, especially. Now, if you still have questions or have any doubts, or actually just want to work with me, then hit me up on Instagram at chimperformance, or send me an email, martin@chimperformance.ch. And yeah, with that being said, thanks for tuning in, and until next time.